Hello and welcome to a reasonably backwards video. You see, I made something today out of not desperation, but in a situation I found myself in that I wasn't expecting, and then thinking, hang on, there are going to be lots and lots of people who watch this video and jump to a conclusion, which is going to be the wrong conclusion. So I thought I need to do this part first. Otherwise, I'm just going to have some great expressed opinion. Yeah, that's it. He should have known. If you'd have had a bit of foresight, etc., then none of this would have happened. Well, actually, yes, it would. You see, the situation is, I've got a yard full of cars, and only a few of them are actually mine. Cars that I've allowed to stay. I have a car that pays rent. I have a car that shouldn't be there at all. And I have a bunch of company cars that, try as I might, they just haven't sold. That's basically it. And then I have my own cars, which really aren't that many considering. But I do have two of them that were free. And of course, I'm not going to say no to a free car, am I? The situation that's come up, I did know about. The containers in the yard, taking up more space. What I didn't know is that as well as the big chunk of space being taken away from me in the corner, that also he wants me to reduce my fleet to just 3 cars. So here we go. 3 cars outside. That's not what's in the lockup. I can fit 3 cars in the lockups, and I can have 3 cars outside. Now that isn't very many, is it? Oh, I currently have 17 vehicles to look after. 2 are currently kept at home. So that means 15 vehicles in the yard at any one point. And I've got to now turn that into 6. I've not been given a particular deadline as such, but the message did come across as being rather urgent. So the purpose of this video is an appeal to help by not thinking you know better about what I should be doing. That might be difficult for some of you. As it goes, in some ways this is exactly what I was trying to achieve anyway. It's just that my hand has been properly forced. I don't want a yard full of cars that I can make no money on and have absolutely no benefit from having there. And so the bit that is my fault is just actually letting it happen, you could say. But, you know, sometimes you think something's going to work out that just doesn't. And sometimes you have a plan that doesn't go to plan. It's amazing the amount of extra space that has been made by this digger and the man using the digger, isn't it? Just astonishing. That really is becoming the space for 10 containers. So I can see how it's going to be done now. Now before I thought, how's that really going to work? But yeah, well, by basically cutting into the hill. Anyway, so that's positive, isn't it? That is just that one thing. What's not so positive is what the landlord has said to me today. It's basically, I don't have an absolute time scale on this, but I've been trying to get some of these cars moved. Being given cars that I can't say no to. I can't say no to something, can I? Why would I say no to a car being given to me? That'd be stupid. That'd be really, really bad business sense. Of all the things that I do that don't seem to work out as being good business sense, that would definitely be the top. So, running alongside what this video was going to be, I've also been doing a clear out video that hasn't even started properly. This car was supposed to be going yesterday. It's still here. That car was supposed to be going in a couple of days. Now it looks like it's not at all. Gone and spoilt the video about that car because I started making a video with this car and nobody's seen it. So when you do see it, you're going to wonder what's going on. Anyway, back to the point. In another video, the Rover SD1 here is going. Yeah, it's going from the yard, but that's been delayed by about 2 months. Once the Rover's gone, that can go. And I have somebody who wants to take it. One might be going next month. This one I have no plans with, and that's not mine. And this, and you know, I'm just getting confused here. I'm in a yard where the cars have become more and more out of my control over what's here, which sounds really, really stupid, doesn't it? But obviously I have my own cars here. My own cars isn't enough to cause a problem. The ones that don't belong to me have now caused a problem. Everything besides a few of my own cars here are for sale. Yeah, you've got that bit. Everything's for sale. Everything's for sale with a view of not being replaced as well. But today I had a message from the landlord saying, can you have a clear up in the yard because the containers are coming very soon. And I know that because obviously the space has properly been made here for them. He also said 3 cars maximum, really. Right, 3 cars maximum. Yeah, that's in the yard. Okay, so in the lockup that doesn't really count, but in the lockup there are 2 cars which aren't mine, and currently there are 5 company cars that don't seem to want to go anywhere, an SD1 that will be going somewhere, a caravan that I'm going to give away as soon as I can get it out, Carl's Subaru, which I said he could keep it here because he's been helping me out. This car here that's mine but Carl bought, which is going to have to just go for sale, I think. Current daily car doesn't live in the yard, and neither is that Audi going to do as from today either. So if I start at the bottom and count 3, then what's left over that has to go is this, that, this. Although I don't really see how that's in the way. And this, although I don't see how that's in the way either. Looks good in front of that, doesn't it? So there we go. It's an emergency clear up, isn't it? Emergency. And before anybody says anything of the sort, I didn't know that he was going to want that much space back. Maybe as far as actually getting containers in and trucks and stuff and things being moved around, etc. Yeah, okay, the place needs to be clear. But it's the first he said to me, because what happened before was that the other corner of the yard, I had to move 5 cars away from there, and I've had to find somewhere else to put them if I haven't got rid of them. And I thought everything was fine. So there we go. So it's time for my viewers who may be interested to do a bid. Every car potentially is for sale, and now I'm in a position where I'm just not going to refuse. I'm just going to say yeah, because I need it gone. That's as simple as that. Honest, stupid, and regretful. Email. If you want information, if you want to do something, if you want to contact me, my email address is in the description. It always is. So there we go. You can contact me. It's easy. Well everyone, the time has finally come. All this stuff promised from months back about changes in the yard, things being moved in, things being moved out, now happening. All this dirt being moved, all these rocks being pulled out, the containers ready to be. This brave chap's been here all day moving earth, making it flat, making it habitable for containers and big blocks of concrete. How fabulous is that going to look? Well, probably. For me, obviously, it's a bit of an inconvenience because no longer will I have extra parking available. No longer will I be able to just rock up and stop. No, I'm going to have more of like a designated parking spot. All the spaces that are available are going to have to be kind of, that's all there is. And I've got to get a move on. I've got to get all of these cars shifted quickly. Like, really quickly, come to think of it. Another thing worthwhile pointing out, I should have done this before, that if I am paying rent on property, I expect to be able to use it. So what I'm not going to do is have everything completely prepared to not occupy it whilst I'm paying for it, and spend months in advance paying for something that I don't have. Some cars I am never going to sell. Those cars are Nigel, this MGF, and my Rover 600. The end. By the way, a big thank you to my friend Allegro Man, who was around today. He was the first person to hear about this news, because I was in the process of messaging people when he turned up. And he is offering to help as much as he can, but he can't help that much. And a friend is going to help as well, but they can't help that much either. But what I really need is for a whole bunch of cars to simply fuck off.